Good. Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Sunday, November the 27th. The year's 2022. Let's talk trading. Weekly, open, and gap. As always, these videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. I hope everybody had a nice, safe Thanksgiving holiday weekend. And if you don't celebrate Turkey Day, well, I hope you had a nice weekend also. And we are coming up to the last few trading days of the month. So let's just be mindful and always have our risk management in place. Never lose more on any one particular trade than you are willing to lose. And brain management, we talk about psychology a lot, and haven't put this screen up for a while, but let's just, remember, let's not do any of these. And remember, pain doesn't come from the market, it comes from your reaction to the market. And on your money management, better take some profit before the market takes it back. I know sometimes it's tough, especially if you're trading, price off a 1 minute or 5 minute chart. You can be up, and then in the blink of an eye, you can be down. So at the monthly, we can see we have a green month, 584 pips above the monthly open, 104 off the high, and 903 pips off the low. Okay, so we gapped down by 31 pips and we have not filled the gap. You can see there's a lot of gaps today. I was thinking about holding over the weekend and looking for a gap down, but I decided not to. One of those things where I kind of kicked myself. As we can see, the price is in the launch pad between 40 and 49. So price just might move back up. We'll just have to wait and see what it does. We're putting in the opening range for the week. We're way above the opening range for the month. We saw that on Friday. For the year, we're 1476 pips below the open, and we are so close to the yearly midpoint, just 3-4 pips below it at 120.53, and we're 1692 above the yearly low. Friday was an inside bar. You can see we broke that inside bar at 20.57 and it's heading down. And you see there's on a daily, and that looks like a return bar. I don't know if price is going to return back to that open. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Lots of inside bar action looks like we're going to have this week. Range, we've got more than a handful of pairs over 100 pips right now. In range, high minus low currently. And we've crisscrossed the weekly open a couple of times. Right now we're below it and back into the launch pad. As you can see here, we've entered the launch pad a couple of times to spring out of it. So anybody trading launch pad trades, you were rewarded. Range too low for the rats. I know some people might be tempted, but that's okay. You can still trade close to that daily low looking for reversals. Bambino Flex indicator said to go long. Price near the pivot, the bias is short. Pivots, I believe, is up above. And let's see, that's the H4 pivot. Looking to see if it's going to take this one out. So daily pivot above, 2 days ago, pivot below. See if it takes out either one of those today. For the weekly, it's down below. And the monthly, we've already taken out. In and out of that lower wick zone. Once again, looking here, I can see a nice return bar here and a nice return bar here with a couple of kinks, as they like to call them. Whenever you see two bars of the same color in a row with a big wick here and a big wick here, when you're going up, that's called a kink. Price sometimes likes to go back and hit it. So you can see right here, that's what it did. And looking at the ranges here on the weekly, right now only 49 pips. And last week and the week before, you can see not much movement. Maybe this week we'll get some movement considering we've got NFP coming up on Friday, which is non-farm payroll. I don't believe those numbers anymore. They just lie too much. They make them up. They change how they're calculated. I mean, it's hard to get a year-to-year comparison nowadays. And we're still within the high and low of last week, so we'll have to wait to see which side we bust out, if we bust out. And for buy zone or rat zone traders, once again, we don't have enough range yet to trade rats on the weekly or the daily. And for the weekly range, high minus open 12, open minus low 38. So there was some money, a few pips, handful of pips to be made, maybe two handfuls. As you can see, these past couple of hours, we didn't have much range, but we did have some range earlier here. So there was definitely some pips to be had if you trade the Asian session. And the Wall Mall lines here at 50 would have paid off this hour and would have paid off last hour. So once again, we're dancing right around the 50, and the launch pad seems to be pushing price right back up. So this bar ends in 6 minutes. We'll just wait and see what happens. So we've been flip-flopping the entire day. See, green, red, green, red, green, red, green, red. So would you guess green the next hour? Just have to wait and see. Just put a 3-ball in, and you notice here we put a 3-ball within the launch pad. And for those of you wondering what's the launch pad, anytime we have a 40 number, it could be 119.40, 120.40, doesn't matter. It's just something about the pound and the 40s. Price usually goes from 40 to 50 or 60 almost every time when it hits that launch pad. So it's just something that I've observed. And sometimes when I'm talking to Wall Mall, I say, you know what, I should just trade the launch pad, not trade anything else. Because it seems like, I mean, right here would have been a nice trade. And this one would have been nice. It looks like we're going to have a nice one setting up. And we haven't extended the range yet this month, but we do have the second largest November in the last 20 years. Something to consider. And taking a look here at the trade reminder. Let's see. On the monthly, if we switch over, price is turning up, obviously. Previous range is exceeded, huge move. I'm just wondering if the move for the month is over, if it's got some more gas in the tank, considering we only have 3 trading days left this month. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. I noticed we came down to almost hit S2 on the daily, so that's kind of interesting. And what are we going to talk about this week? I'm not 100% sure. It'll probably be more psychology. Maybe Walmart and I, we could do some live trading, since a few of you traders like that. Live in the sense that we capture the video live, so you can then go back and see, how we decide to enter a trade. But the thing about entering a trade is just something that I think a lot of traders miss out on one particular point. I mean, once you enter the trade, it's almost pure money management and risk management from there. The chart is only reflecting what the market's doing. I mean, if price is going up, it's going up. If it's going down, it's going down. I mean, you can sit here, you could look at 1-minute charts if you wanted to. Notice how price is going up through that launch pad again. But the thing about it is, if you put this trade on, I mean, you could look at all the lines, whether they're horizontal, squiggly, diagonal, okay, it's got a 3 ball here, so maybe it should go up, but maybe it doesn't. Maybe it'll go to 50, maybe it'll drop to 30. Excuse me. But the thing is, see, once you put that trade on, I mean, yeah, you can look to the left to see where sticking points might be, but you can see that reflecting in the price. Price isn't moving. It's not moving much. It's staying there. It's not going up, and it's not going down. So it's like, should I get out of the trade? Should I take my pips? I mean, these are questions you have to answer. I mean, a lot of times you could place your bets, whereas you entered the trade, you put your stop in down here, you put your TP somewhere up here, and you just see what happens. And a lot of times that's better. I know the other day when I was trading, I think it was Wednesday, I put a trade on and I put a TP. And let me just tell you, last week it was some of the ugliest trading in my life. And what I mean by that is I'd enter a trade and it would reverse on me almost immediately. So then I'd have to fight my way out of it by averaging in. And there goes the launch pad. But the thing about it is that, all that mattered was, once I got in those trades, was the money management. So I would, average in, and then a lot of times what will happen is I'll get in, I'll put that second or third trade in, then it'll go up a few pips, and then it'll reverse, and then I'll punch out just so I don't go in the hole anymore. It's like I don't want to have another losing trade, but then it'll do what I always call, it'll wiggle me out of the trade, and then it'll keep going in the direction I want it. And so one time I said, you know what, I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to put my TP here. And sure enough, I got out, because I think I had about 4 or 5 trades deep. I said, you know what, I'll just take 1 pip. Just give me 1 pip average on all 5 trades. So that was basically making 5 pips on the trade. And it came back, but like I said, it was ugly, very ugly. And so I would not do that at home. So, fellow traders, once again, I hope you had a nice, safe, fun weekend. Didn't eat too much turkey. So when you come back to your trading platform, you can remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.